All right. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the first of quite a few of these updates. So for those of you who missed the announcement this past Monday, the AynRandCon Europe this year will take place in London in 8 weeks and one day is the opening reception. And we are planning a bunch of events. ARCUK will be running events in the entire week before the conference. So I said when we made the announcement that I was thinking of doing like a weekly update show of 10, 15 minutes. Now I'm thinking I'm not going to do a regularly scheduled show, in large part because I think we're going to have more than one update a week. So from time to time, keep a close eye on our channel, closer eye than usual, and also join the Ayn Rand Con Europe Facebook group if you haven't done so already. And I'll always post a link there before we plan to go live. So yeah, we will have a bunch of announcements about the events leading up to the conference, and we have one of those announcements today. This is a big one. So I am joined by Nikos and by Tal Svani. Tal, let us know why people should not only come to London, but should come here as early as Sunday night, the week before the conference.
Yeah. So first, I heard the announcement with your on, and it made me want to come, and so I decided to fly to London myself and be there. But regardless, no, I think the conference will be phenomenal. We are preparing as usual the best content we can think of. And I know, Razi, you're planning a lot of other activities. So it's for me, it feels like we're going to do like an Objectivist week or something like that in London, right? Yeah, the news is that Razi, with his great ideas, came up with an idea of doing something that is pretty special to me. It's called the Happiness Team. I have one of the workbooks here. It's a workshop that was a result of me trying to write an outline for a nonfiction book about my journey towards happiness, powered by the ideas of objectivism, and what I've failed in the process of really becoming a happier, more fulfilled person, powered by the ideas of Ayn Rand. And just walking around, a lot of people inside and outside of the Objectivist movement, I came to a lot of realizations about what needs to be done, even if you know the ideas, in order to apply those in real life, make your values and your needs and your wants fulfilled. So I combined a lot of best practices into this workshop. And what the idea was, I think it's a great idea, is instead of offering it as a workshop that spans across several months, usually about 2.5 to 3 months, where we meet every week, we can do an intensive. So the idea is to do a 2-day intensive where we go through all of the concepts and all of the exercises of the Happiness Team workshop, and allow the participants to go through a journey of getting, I would say more than anything, a new terminology about how to think about values, how to introspect about values, how to validate values, how to organize them, prioritize them, categorize them, and then launch them into what we call the second part of the Happiness Team, which is go pursue it. And so it will be a little different because, you know, when we're doing that across months, we start the process of allowing people to come back and do what we call pursuit and monitoring of the process. In this intensive, it will be more about figuring out what it is that we want and making a solid plan to go out and launch something new in your life. It could be something big, as you know, I want a new job, I want to move to a different place, I want a new relationship, whatever that is, or I want to make more money, to things as small as I want to lose weight, or whatever that is, what you think would add a lot of happiness and fulfillment to your life. So in those 2 days, it'll be very intensive. It'll be a lot of exercises. This whole workbook is just a collection of multiple exercises that allows you to make a lot of progress in your understanding of yourself, the domains of your values, the galaxy of the values, as we call it, and go through. I would say it could be a life-changing experience, because not only you're going to go through that yourself, but you're going to go through that with a team that then become hopefully your accountability team for months to come. And you make friends. And what's nice about it is that it's a group of people that in a way absorb a new way, a new perspective, a new terminology on how to go pursue their values. And I think that's super valuable. So yeah, great idea. Thank you, Razi. And I'm looking forward to it.
And we have, I was going to say, we have somebody on the call who actually can give a real life testimonial, because he's been part of the happiness team. Nikos.
Yeah, not just part of the happiness team. So the happiness team was the catalyst for me to leaving my academic career in a university and pursuing an academic/intellectual career full-time in objectivism, which I had it as a dream, and I thought it would happen in 3-5 years. But through the happiness team, it happened in 3 months. So here's the thing. What do we say usually about personal growth, self-development? It's a nice industry, but it's mixed with bad ideas, with bad premises, with bad philosophies. With a happiness team, you get the best from self-development, the best that works by someone who has been successful in industry and knows what works and what doesn't work. And this time, though, it is within a framework of good premises, within a framework of good ideas, without the mysticism, without without the thing that says, live for something bigger about yourself. So all this rah-rah is out, and you only get the good content within the context of a good philosophy. My prediction is that in a couple of years, this course is going to cost a lot of money. Now you get the chance to do it in 2 days. And Razi, have you decided who is eligible, who can join us?
Yeah, so the 2-day intensive is going to be open to anybody who is a member of the Ayn Rand Center UK, either a gold, platinum, or Reardon Medal member. So gold memberships are £25 a month, and that is definitely much cheaper than it should be, let's say. Now, of course, if you're not in London, you also have to travel to London, but it'll be worth it, as will the entire week. And Tal.
Yeah, I wanted to say that we are already charging almost $1,000 a person to take the full workshop. Yeah, the way I think about it, it's I'm doing it, volunteering it for Razi and his successful center. I would love to see people that are already in gold upgrade. So what I would like to see is, if you're not a member, become a member at whatever you can afford. But if you're also a member, trade with Razi and everything that you guys are doing by upgrading that. And I think that'll be a good win-win as far as getting some of the value back. Yeah.
And also to understand what type of value you're getting. Don't think this is Tal kind of having it as a hobby. It was almost a full-time job, and you had two more people in your team. You're working every day with them. So this workshop of 2 days is the product of work of months and very intense work. And if you just see, do you want to just flip some pages from the from the workbook so they see what type of stuff it is?
Yeah, so it's really it's the whole process that we define as the 4-step process. I've spent months, as you said, putting it together. A lot of it is just questionnaires. It starts with the question, who are you? And there's tons and tons of examples. There's concepts that I'm sharing, and after every concept, there's an exercise. We give templates for introspection, templates for organization of values. There's this concept that I like very much, which is called your value galaxy, which is putting all your galaxies in one page and in a way congregating them into what we call value themes. So that's an example of my value galaxy. It really clarifies everything for you, and you see other people chewing on the same ideas, and you get other ideas about yourself. What do I really like? Can I prove to myself that I really like those things? We talk about emotions and how to deal with emotions. We talk about how to organize your values into what we call a value map, into domains. We then choose in the commitment stage something that you have to pitch to the team to convince us that we're going to help you achieve that, because you're in a way recruiting us and our energy. So we're building all the way to a pitch. I always think it reminds you of when I had to pitch to get an investment from a VC. So to say, this is what I want. This is how I plan. This is how my life is going to look like and be better if I achieve it. And this is what I need to do. And all the plans there are in the latter part of it. There's like planning. One of the things that I think I added is a lot of project management skills. I mean, there are like, planning templates of.
So let's put it this way:
defining every milestones. Yeah.
Only the workbook, only the handbook would cost you more than the subscription that would get you in the 2-day workshop, where you'd get the workbook and everything that comes around it. So that's not the main reason why the fact that you get this opportunity, but it is a major opportunity. So you should attend anyway, but this there should be bells saying, okay, this is an opportunity. And again, how do I know? I took this course and it literally changed my life. There could be no way that I could imagine that I would pursue this very ambitious thing for me in 3 months. And it happened as a result of my engagement with the happiness team. So that's hopefully the same will happen with you in London. Razi, any parting words?
So first of all, if people want to find out more about the happiness team, Tal was on the Daily Objective a few months ago to discuss it. And also we have a weekly show with Tal and Amanda Maxim, Reverse Engineering Happiness, every Monday at 8 p.m. UK time, 3 p.m. Eastern. That show's 4 episodes in, right?
Yep.
There have been 4 episodes so far. And the website is myhappiness.team.
myhappiness.team. Yes. And you can see a lot of the resources. A lot of the resources are free there. You can take a look. And I want to say something about who is it for, if I can. I wouldn't recommend it if you are 100% committed to something you're working on and it's just perfect and everything's great. Keep on doing what you're doing. And this is more for people who have the feeling that they can really extract way more happiness and fulfillment out of their lives because of all kinds of, areas of lack of clarity of what they want exactly, all kinds of constraint about, what do I do? I'm stuck. It's trying to give you a foundation to make a change in your life. So come if you think you need a change. And another thing I want to say, I wouldn't recommend it to people that are way too young for it. I mean, if you're just starting, you're 18, 20, and you have no idea what you want to do yet, and you're in the process trying to figure out, this workshop will not, in a way, is not long enough for you to figure out what you want out of life. It might give you some ideas how to go about it. And I'm in the process of creating what I call a happiness team junior for people that are in the start of their journeys. But I would highly recommend it to people that are already in the process of pursuing their values and they need more structure and more clarity on how to pursue them in a heroic way, I would say. Yeah.
So we have a few super chats, so I'll read them quickly. Thank you, Mary-Aline, for the super chat. Michael, I guess this is a question for Nikos. Do you think the internet is breaking the university stranglehold on the intellect? Kind of off topic, but if you want to...
Yes, and if you want the proof of concept, check Ayn Rand University. I would say check my CRT module because I have a first-hand view on it. But yes, it does. But not the internet in general, people who know what they're doing and why they're doing it. So go check Ayn Rand University. That's the best. That's the most important thing, that it should be the Uber of the disruptor of academia as it is.
Mattia says Tal is a powerhouse, and Razi and Nikos also. Thank you. The Shadow Blade asks, is I think his question is if he's 29 or 30, would
Yeah,
would
no,
that-
I completely. We have a lot of people that are. I think the youngest we ever had was a 26-year-old, and that's fine as well. Again, it's less. I think there's two different things. One is forming an idea about what your life should be about, which happens in the younger ages, and then there's what comes after that. Like I'm on a path. I know what I want. Here I am either, let's say, stuck in a job or really loving my job, but I want to do more. I want more out of life. So there's domains of career, there's domains of friendships and romantic relationships, there are domains of health and rejuvenation and enjoyment of art. And there's the domain that I think is super important, which is wealth creation. So you have to be mature enough to think about all your values and all your domains to get the most out of it. And I think that 18-year-olds and 20-year-olds and even 22-year-olds are just it's too early for them to chew on those things at the level where we're chewing on that. As I said, there's another version coming up called Junior, which is going to be more about how do I even know where to look to find my central purpose? How do I prove to myself that the things I'm interested in are truly interesting to me? As I said, you should take way more time than what society gives you today to check out things. You know, you're just at 18, I choose a major, become a lawyer. It's like, how do I know? I've never been to a court. And then you're committing your life just to find out at 40 that you're stuck with a job that you thought would be great, but it's not. So that is a different thing that I'm working on. I would say if you're 24, 5, 6 and up, and you're already in a path of pursuing values, a specific career path, if you know, relationship and so on, yeah, you can enjoy this.
So we have another super chat question. Before that, there was also a question: is this info on the ARCUK website? It isn't yet, because basically we just decided on it and we wanted to announce it as soon as possible. It'll be there in the coming days. But yeah, you can use this video as proof that it is going to happen. And also, we have a couple more questions. So Megan asks, can parents use Happiness Junior to help their 6-year-old?
No, it's not a parenting. It's more, it's for 16, 17, 18 to 20, 22-year-olds. That's what I think the Happiness Junior is going to be about. It's about, how would I know what I like rationally? How can I go about proving to myself that what I think I like is something I like? How do I do it in an effective way to go out to the world and check out what I think I like? And I can give you the ideas. The main idea is just don't go to college. Please don't. Before you know what his life is all about, you know, go try out things. Go prove to yourself that the next 10 years is worth what you think you're going to be. Or maybe you want to be, you just want general education at this point. I find that we expect 16, 17, 18-year-olds to know so much where they know so little about themselves and about the world. And so you can teach them about themselves, or at least give them tools to know themselves better, which is what we do in the happiness team. And that is a big part of it, developing the introspective skills, but also ideas on how to go about trying things out, internships and apprenticeships and finding a mentor and picking up the phone and calling someone, which is something we forgot we can do, and leaning on things versus being reactive, daring versus being timid, and all the benefits, and teaching people to lean forward and to learn fast and to try fast and to fail fast sometimes. Those are all the skills that are more in that area. No, I haven't created the happiness team for 6-year-olds yet.
By the way, I saw Nikos's face when you said that we forgot to pick up the phone and call people, because I know he receives cold calls on a regular basis, as do you. But yeah, I approve of the idea of calling people on the phone. And also,
there have been times sometimes I took print screens my whole phone list is Razi. The whole thing.
Razi didn't forget how to pick up the phone. But what I like about what Razi does, he doesn't assume that you're too busy to talk to him. And that's great, because a lot of people are saying, yeah, I wanted to talk to you for like that. So why didn't you pick up the phone and call? Oh, you're too busy. Is that, says who? Right? Try me out, see if I can. And most of the people that call me are surprised that I just pick up the phone and answer, It's it's just an attitude of don't be too timid, lean on things. I will tell you a story. I wrote, we had a startup, and we put all of our software on Amazon. And we had the first launch of the product. So I emailed jeff@amazon.com. And I said, Jeff, I invite you to our launch. We're an Amazon customer, and we're launching our company. It's going to be the first mobile CRM. And then 10 minutes later, I get, hi, Tal, this is Jeff. Thanks for reaching out. I'm sorry I cannot be in Chicago for that date, but I really wish you a lot of success. That's it. Who knows?
I have some story to share with timidness and I'll say it. I've been working for 2 years in ARI. I still haven't got Yaron's phone number because I feel still intimidated, although he's the sweetest guy, to just text him or call him. So, yeah.
Well, I know we need to wrap up because Life on Earth begins in 5 minutes. I do want to say, when you were on the Daily Objective, Tal, you said you were talking about how people should try things in their 20s. And I remember there were a few people in the chat asking the same question that immediately came to my mind, which is, what if you wasted your 20s and they have gone? And you said, I think you said then on Clubhouse that you didn't waste them because you did live, you did experience things, and if you can always think back and say, I should have done more, but you can't actually go back and do more. So yeah.
I think it's a matter of what's the purpose. People forget what the purpose is. So if you really truly understand happiness and what it's comprised of, I don't think that would be a question, but we have to talk more about it. What do you mean? Experimenting and developing this passion for something and knowing that it's true, and you know exactly what aspects of this thing is what you want. How can that be a waste of time? 90% around you, of the people around you, didn't really think much before they decide to be who they are as far as a profession. This is why they have the midlife crisis. And I don't think so. I think it's a gift you give yourself if you take the time to truly know yourself. And it's like a scientist. I have a hypothesis that I love something, but how would you know it's true if you don't try it and then say, yeah, I thought I'd like that, but maybe it's something a little different. And unfortunately, we don't have as a culture vehicles to allow people in their 20s to try things. And, maybe I'll do that for 2 months and then I'll do so volunteering and internships and things like that are not developed enough in my mind. But you can forge your way through a process of, I really need to prove to myself that I want to be X. People go to law schools without spending a day in court or in an office, in a law office. How do you know you like it from the TV? You think what you see on TV is reality. So yeah, there's a lot to say about that.
I worked for 2 summers as a paralegal.
Yeah, go ahead.
I worked for 2 summers as a paralegal to realize how much I hate law. So thank God I didn't become a lawyer, although that was supposed to be my life's path.
Yeah.
We have another super chat from Jeff, thank you, and from Anthony, which is also off topic, but if either of you have a comment, I'll read it out. What do all of you think of the series The Expanse? So I haven't seen it. I don't know if either of you have.
I haven't seen it, no.
We haven't seen it.
We're too busy working, that's...
So thank you, Tal, and thank you, Nikos. And anybody watching, if you're not yet excited enough to come to London for the week, I don't know what to tell you, but we'll still have more to tell you. So definitely, if you haven't booked your trip, do so as soon as possible. This will be a week to remember. And
how do you, Razi, just maybe people need to know how to register for the workshop.
Yeah, so basically become a member if you're not yet a member at either the gold, platinum, or Reardon medal levels, and then we will contact you, or you can contact us and ask, and we will make sure you're registered before the workshop.
£25 means 5 of these overpriced coffees that don't even taste like coffee that they serve in these cafes.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of this anti-coffee thing. You can have the coffee, but it's definitely, you can have both the coffee and the membership.
Okay.
Life on Earth with Robert and Amy Nasser starts in 2 minutes. They're going to be discussing Jordan Peterson, nihilism, and the meaning of life. Thanks again, Tal and Nikos, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you, Razi.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.